Welcome. We are visiting features of history of Vedic mathematics. The history of Vedic mathematics has a very distinguishing feature of its organization. Its organization is parallel with the cyclic wheel of timeline, as the time is of a cyclic order. So to have appreciation of the way history of Vedic mathematics is viewed is having its parallel distinguishing feature. It is the Kal Chakra which is to be appreciated. It is the cyclic wheel timeline. We begin with Urma Bhartam, as it is a scripture of the Dwapar Yuga. Vedas are organized by Maharishi Vedvyas in Dwapar Yuga. In every Dwapar Yuga, Vedic knowledge is organized. History means the author is a witness to the same. So, Urma Bhartam, the scripture of the Dwapar Yuga, as such, is a witnessed documentation. History of Vedic mathematics can be viewed by having an initiation in the organization as well as the knowledge of Urma Bhartam. The word Urma Bhartam in itself is having a suffix ur, and this formulation ur is to be appreciated. The next phase is of Adi Ramayana. It is a Treta Yuga scripture. See, Treta Yuga comes first and Dwapar Yuga comes thereafter. The order appears to be of reverse orientation. It is there as -1 space plays the role of dimension of +1 space. It is this pair of orientations, conceptual comprehension, which is to be attended here. We begin with Urma Bhartam, and then we reach back at Adi Valmiki Ramayana. The word Adi is preserver of the structural key. Now, the Urma Bhartam is an arrangement of Vyas and Ganesh, means of TC values 14 and 20. TC value 20 is a synthesis of a pair of transcendence ranges of zero order, while TC value 14 is the summation value of 4 folds of hypercube 4. Valmiki as formulation is of TC value 29. In this background, we can progress further with history of Vedic mathematics by attending Jyotish Vedang. We are having 6 Vedangas, and Jyotish Vedang is the 5th Vedanga. We are having 2 scriptures authored by Lagda Muni. One is Rigved Jyotish Vedang and other is Yajurved Jyotish Vedang. Students of history of mathematics shall visit this scripture the organization of knowledge and knowledge as distinct features and as parallel features will help us appreciate as to how the cyclic wheel of timeline is to be approached. Here in this Lagd Jyotirvigyan, Sanvantar Yuga unit is being accepted. This Sanvatsar Yug unit is of 5 years duration, and each year has 366 days. As such, this Yuga timeline unit is of 1830 days duration. Students of Vedic mathematics and sadhakas of Vedic systems can perfect their knowledge if they chase this organization over 5 years. In a way, the sadhaka who is having daily calendar organization with him as Tithi, Paksh, Mas, Ritu, Ayan, Varsh, then one can be face to face with the way time is playing its role in the existence phenomenon of our solar universe. The human life, the existence phenomenon within human frame, and the lifespan of our solar universe deserve to be approached the way the Jyotirvigyan is organizing it. Vedas are having very successful chase of the timeline in its cyclic order. One shall follow this order over a period of 5 years. One who follows timeline for 5 years, he will be enriching one's comprehension and insight about the Vedic systems. And it is with this comprehension that one will be parallel with the features of history of Vedic mathematics. In one kalp, there are 14 yugas, and day and night makes it a range of 28 yugas. And these yugas are in fact a setup of quadruple periods designated as Satya Yug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug, and Kali Yug. Maharishi Ved Vyas organizes Vedic knowledge in Dwapar Yuga. As such, the exercise of organization of Vedic knowledge is of 28 attempts. Each time Maharishi Ved Vyas organizes this knowledge, he gets distinct name. There are 28 transcendental designations, names of Maharishi Ved Vyas. These 28 names, transcendental designations of Maharishi Ved Vyas are the mathematical formulae. These carry the structural keys, and in terms of these keys of these formulations, we can have entry into this domain. To have full insight about this system, we have to be through all these 28 formulations. The space which is being surfaced in terms of Sanvantar Yuga is a Param Vyom. It is a transcendental space. The formulation Param Vyom is of TC value 44. There are precisely 44 shlokas of Yajurved Jyotish Vedang of Lagd Muni. These 44 shlokas, in a way, are an organization parallel with the way the transcendental space is to be chased in mathematical format. It is this Vedic mathematical format of the transcendental space being chased in 44 steps as 44 shlokas of Lagd Yajurved Jyotish Vedang, that there is a picture, a exhaustive coverage of this domain. Therefore, the students of history of Vedic mathematics shall visit the organization and knowledge of Lagd Yajurved Jyotish Vedang. It is this visit which will take us to the way this knowledge, this history, this conceptual reach is being ultimately availed for the organization of the Vedic knowledge. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the essence of Vedanta Trayi. Gita, Brahma Sutra, and Upanishads are designated as Vedanta Trayi. So, Sahita to Upanishad, to Brahma Sutra, to Gita is the descendants and sum up and essence of Vedic knowledge. Therefore, we can well start, well initiate, will begin with the organization of the text of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. If we have initiation in the organization of the scripture, then we can have an initiation in the Vedic mathematical domain. See, chapter 1, Adhyaya 1 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is of the range of 47 shlokas. At the end of each chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the Pushpika. Pushpika is the end fruit values of this scripture, this chapter, this yoga. Each chapter is a complete domain in itself. Each chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is a distinct yogic discipline. So, the first chapter of the Gita is Arjun Vishad Yoga. The formulation Arjun Vishad Yoga takes us to TC value 55. It is parallel with the TC value of Vishv Roop Darshan, the world as it appears, world as is having this form of its existence. Arjuna Vishad Yoga means Arjun was not in a mental state to have appreciation of the inner folds of this existence phenomenon of our world. Now, here in this chapter 1, there are two very, very important words. One is a Varun Shankar and another is a Shank. Let us first visit the word Varun Shankar. See, Varun is a formulation which has a simple rendering as a letter. Now, Shankar is a formulation which has a simple meaning of mix-up of numbers, mix-up of the values. Now, word Varun is of TC value 18. Now, if we have the range of values 1 to 18, and if we reach at their factors as are depicted in column 2 on the screen, then total factors of values 1 to 18 come to be 33, which means 18 plus 15. That means this range of numbers 1 to 18 as factors give us 15 additional value. Now see the word Shankar. Its TC value is 15. Now, when we will be appreciating numbers 1 to 18, and when we will be also having value 33 as the total factors, and when this will also lead us to 18 plus 15, now how to distinguish between value 18 and value 15 in this context and background, that is going to be a difficult situation for all those who are not initiated well in the Divya Ank Vyavastha. Now see the word Shankar. Sa, A, N, Ka, A, Ra, and A. See their TC values. 3, 8 for Ank, 3, 1. Now, 3 is formulated as Triya, and 1 is formulated as Ek. The TC value of Triya and Ek is 8. Now see how it is going to be a difficult situation to reach from letters alphabet to numbers alphabet if we are ignorant about Divya Ank Vyavastha. See, in the very chapter 1, Srimad Bhagavad Gita is posing the difficulty of Arjuna as if one is to enter the Vedic domain, if one is to enter the Vedic mathematics domain, if one is to be parallel with the way Vedas are approaching existence phenomenon of our solar universe, then one is to be parallel with Divya Ank Vyavastha. If this Divya Ank Vyavastha is not properly comprehended, not properly appreciated, not properly applied, then it will be of difficulty as is of Arjuna of his mental state. Now see the word Shank. This word is having TC value 11, but Asht is having simple rendering as 8. So Asht as 8, which is parallel with Akash, TC value of Akash, and the TC value of Asht is 11. And there are 11 Rudras, means there are 11 versions of hypercube 5. And the Rudra as a formulation is of TC value 17, which is equal to the TC value of Shabd. So it is here where it is being made absolutely clear in the chapter 1 itself that if we want to enter Vedic domain, then we have to approach it the Vedic way. And the Vedic way to approach is that from the letters alphabet, we have to transcend and reach at the numbers alphabet. Therefore, the students of Vedic mathematics are impressed upon that their proper initiation for entry into this domain, in this Vedic domain, is to be, if they will be in a position to transcend from the format of the letters alphabet to the numbers alphabet. And further steps would be subsequently coming to be that from numbers alphabet, we again have to reach back at the geometric alphabet, that is at the format of the geometric bodies. Let me sum up. The history of Vedic mathematics is written and can be decoded and can be appreciated only if we follow the timeline as Kal Chakra, as cyclic wheel. The organization of the universe in terms of its timeline is not a straight line. It is as is the circumference of a circle. So Kal Chakra is to be approached the way this formulation is organized. The second feature to be appreciated is that the Vedic mathematics is at the base of the organization of this knowledge. And the Vedic mathematics is simultaneously availing sound and light both. So therefore, when we are in possession of a Vedic literature as a speaking language, that means organized in terms of the alphabet, letters, then to decode it, we have to reach at the numbers alphabet. And then at next step, we have to reach at the geometric alphabet. So from letters, we have to reach at the numbers, and from numbers, we have to reach at the parallel geometric format. It is only by following this path that we can enter the Vedic mathematics domain, and also it is only in terms of it we will be in a position to be parallel with the history of Vedic mathematics, its concepts, its methods, its applied values, and its reach. Thank you very much.
थैंक यू डॉक्टर साहब। आप ये जो सारी वैल्यूज हैं तो सारे जो टीसीवी वैल्यू से प्रूव कर रहे हैं सभी?
मैं प्रूव नहीं कर रहा, मैं प्रूव नहीं कर रहा, मैं बता रहा हूं कि गीता में ये बताया गया है, इसी तरह लिखा हुआ है। हमें गीता की टेक्स्ट को टेक्स्ट की तरह पढ़ना चाहिए जिस तरह से लिखी है। उसमें वर्ड वर्ण संकर लिखा है, तो उस वर्ण को, शब्द को, उस वर्ण को लेटर जो कहते हैं उसी तरह से जानना पड़ेगा। उस वर्ण से अगर हम चले जाएंगे जातिवाद में या और मीनिंग दे देंगे तो वो जो इंटरप्रिटेशन है वो नेचुरल नहीं है। जिस तरह के शब्दों का उपयोग किया गया है उन शब्दों को उसी तरह ही लेने की आवश्यकता है अगर हम मैथमेटिक्स में और दूसरे इनकी अप्लाइड वैल्यूज में जाना चाहते हैं तो।
ओके सर, आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन। आपने अर्जुन विषाद योग का टीसी वैल्यू 55 बताया, इसको कोरस्पॉन्ड किया था आपने एक वर्ड के साथ,
विश्व रूप दर्शन। ये क्या 11वें अध्याय में जाएंगे, विश्व रूप दर्शन। इस विश्व
इनका कोई कोरिलेशन?
इसका कोरिलेशन ये है कि गीता के जब हम 11वें अध्याय में जाएंगे, जब ये अर्जुन 11वें अध्याय तक पहुंचेगा तो जाके कहेगा कि हाँ मुझे अब समझ आनी चालू हो गई है। वो जो उसका शंकर था, जो उसके कष्ट थे, जो उसकी मानसिक अवस्था में कमियां थी, तो मानसिक अवस्था की दिशा नहीं हो रही थी, वो दिशा जो उसको 2 से 10 अध्याय तक दी गई, तो उसके पश्चात वो पहुंच गया कि हाँ मैं विश्व रूप के दर्शन को देख रहा हूं। मुझे आगे बताइए।
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू डॉक्टर साहब, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू,
मिलते हैं फिर।
थैंक यू वेरी मच।